to go along with the next 4 hours.
Next 4 hours was crazy.
That's what you usually do.
The next 4 hours is freaking insane.
Glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. Coaches like to say play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Indiana Hoosiers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Checking in before the game with the Hoosiers head coach. He is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in, and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. To the air, it's Hoover. Bringing the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And, man, that has to be frustrating for this defense. If you give up a big play, what do you want the secondary to do? Man, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback at some point. And he kept going. He kept having time to go through. If I'm a defensive back, I'm going right to the defensive line. Hey, bro, can we get some pressure on the quarterback, man? That's unacceptable.
Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Going to the run, it's Richard. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Right back to the well. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. 8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Complete. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, on that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after the catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier, inbounds, and getting him down, now setting up 4th.
It's complete, and he will score! Touchdown, Indiana!
I love the aggressive nature in the play column there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on 4th down, obviously, to just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it, they score a touchdown.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Crosses the 35. Breaks into the open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Let's talk a little bit about Missouri. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
Well, they do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Paul.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play's going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, the attempt is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
Here's the pressure. Still looking for a man. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. Nice job, man. They are on it. You can tell. Reacting to what's going on, rushing the passer, being disciplined, tackling. The most important thing is getting guys on the ground. Now they've forced an advantageous situation on 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Simmons. defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. We reached the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Now here's Simmons. Zings it complete to the right. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Going for it all. Leaping grab for a big gain. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Under fire. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Tripped up for the tackle.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hendy were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have 2 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's.
Touchdown, Hoosiers! Made the grab in the end zone for 6. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Calls his own number. Picks up the first down. Hits the accelerator to the right. The 30. The 20. Inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Missouri!
This quarterback is so unique and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Got rid of it just in time.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires it down the seam. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Simmons to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons. Puts it out of the air. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. 4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Unloads to the wideout. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Back to throw, it's Hoover. Under fire. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. This is a designed run.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional...
He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fires to the wideout. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. Throwing Simmons. Looking deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Austin Simmons wants to fire again. Rushes on him. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far, whether it's been pass pro, bad.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports desk. We begin with a look in on Iowa State taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. And it's the Cyclones, setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. And that's now 4 W's on the season. This one could be a confidence builder, not only in the context of this season, but also what that group of underclassmen can do down the road.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Simmons finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Hardy. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. A spectacular one-hand grab. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
From the gun, give to Hardy.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's Simmons to throw. Going for the big play. Goes high to pull it in. Touchdown, Tigers. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And, man, that is exactly what you wanted to see from this offense to start the 3rd quarter. Like, the passing game, it just wasn't in sync. It wasn't where it needs to be. You dug yourself a little bit of hole, Palmer, but coming out like this, throwing, trusting your quarterback, putting a drive together, that's got to be a good sign.
And this is where the coaching staff really makes their money. When you can go in at halftime and switch things up and make the changes you need to make to your game plan to find that rhythm and get it established. That is such a great way to to start this thing. And now for this offense, it's about keeping it going and trying to stay one step ahead of the defense.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. He's knocked down, short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
139 Albatross. 139 Albatross. Ready?
Quarterback making adjustments. Wilson to pass. Here's a heat. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Beebe. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the 1st down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st down. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it 3rd and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
Oh, they're after him. Got the first himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. And the Hoosiers have their offense in high gear. Running inside. It's Beebe. Fights off the defender.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback.
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throwing Simmons. Here comes the heat. Still on his feet at the 40. Jumped on top of the pile. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons on third. Makes a catch. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Bringing the heat. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Simmons bears the pressure, takes a hit as he fires. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. And is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And it's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
He's got it. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive, too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Fires to the big fella. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense
This game
putting
cheated
on the
for
heat
that beat,
and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Beebe. He breaks a tackle. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
And the Hoosiers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
He's got it on the right. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
You know, and that's disappointing for the head coach because you drill these 2-minute, 4-minute type situations late in games. You've got to have awareness and understand what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to bleed the clock, and you can't do that if you're running out of bounds.
To the air on first down. Under fire. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be third down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Making side adjustments here. Gonna look downfield again. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. There's some room. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up 4th.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! And they'll push that lead out a little further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Missouri wants to go fast.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field.
He's going for it all. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Pressure coming. He's got him wide open. All out of space. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Finds the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Lets it fly. Lays out in the end zone. Did he get it? Hey, look, Ma. One hand. Touchdown.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's Simmons to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him. And
he's loose on the right. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Simmons to the air again. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they've got it down to single digits, a 9-point game. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. And as we get later in this game, Jesse, you want to keep moving the ball and being aggressive, but lost one deep down the right side. He's got it right down the field. He's there to make the stop, and not before. He sets up this offense, first and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5.
Ready. White. 29. White.
The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wilson will throw. Rushes on him. He's on the move. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
This defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Makes the catch, and he's free. Touchdown, Indiana! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. They'll go to the air. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Simmons. He wants a big play here late. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. At the 30. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Great place to start for this offense. Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Looking downfield is Simmons. Here's a throw downfield late. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Simmons. Right down the middle. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on.